Hi there, my name is Kramer Wetzel. You can find out about me at astrofish.net. If you have to, you can probably click on the link and it'll take you there. That's a picture of me in South Austin, as you see the lake in the background there with a fish that's really not quite 5 pounds. I'm called the Fishing Guide to the Stars. This is a quick romp through barefoot astrology. I'm going to run you through some basics here. This is just the planets and the planets alone, but it'll give you some associations and something to work with. I love doing this material. More about this is available at barefootastrology.com. First one we're going to talk about is Mercury. Mercury is the messenger. It's got basically an 88-day orbit. It is associated with the sign Gemini. It is associated with Virgo. Its symbol is a little stick figure. It looks like a little stick figure of a man with an antenna because it deals with communication. The next one we're going to deal with, Venus. Venus is the love planet. It's also called the morning star. It's because it's frequently visible in the morning. It takes it roughly 260 days for an orbit. It is associated with Taurus. In that case, it's the Taurus of pleasure. And it's associated with Libra. In that case, it's the Libra, it has to do with aesthetics. It likes to be pretty. The symbol for it, of course, is a female sign. That symbol is actually Aphrodite's mirror. The next one is Mars. Mars we associate with action and drive. It's on a 22-month orbit. It is associated with both Aries and Scorpio. And the symbol for it, it looks like it's the male figure, but what that really is the shield and spear of the Roman god of war, Mars. That's where it came from. The next one is the moon. The moon we associate with our feelings. It's the emotional side in a chart. It's basically a 28 and a half day orbit around planet Earth. It is associated with Cancer, and its symbol is, of course, the crescent moon. Next one we're going to talk about is the sun. The sun is your basic self. It's who you are. Sun sign astrology. That's where we get this stuff from to begin with, as in I'm a Sagittarius, or you are, and insert sign here. It takes it roughly 1 year to go around, 1 year for our planet to circle the sun, 365 days plus or minus a little bit depending on leap years. It is associated with Leo, and it's really easy to understand because when you look at the symbol for the sun, what it is, it's a circle with a little dot in it, and that little dot, just imagine that's the Leo. The next one is going to be Jupiter. Jupiter is a gas giant. It is associated with good fortune. It has a 12-year orbit, and I always make note here that you should look up some stuff with Chinese astrology because Jupiter's a big player with the Chinese astrology. It has to do with that 12-year orbit. It is associated with Sagittarius, and it used to be associated with Pisces as well. And every once in a while you'll run into one of those really jovial Pisces and go, oh, you're a Jupiter Pisces. The symbol is a stylized 4. I always draw it as a 4, but it's really highly stylized, and that's Jove's lightning bolt. The next one is Saturn. Saturn is the great taskmaster. It's a 28-year orbit. It is associated with Capricorn. It used to be associated with Aquarius, and the symbol is the scythe of Kronos. And what you have to do is it's sort of like an H with a little extra cross on top of it. Saturn comes along in a chart and cuts out things that no longer belong there. Something to remember. Next up is Uranus. And I would call it by another name, but then there's a whole section of people that all giggle and, oh, grow up, guys, okay? Uranus is about the unexpected. It's on an 84-year orbit. It is associated with Aquarius. And its symbol is kind of an H with some little stuff hanging in it. It's the astronomer who originally predicted it, Herschel. It's his initials. Now, Uranus is a little bit different because basically, it's 90 degrees off from everything else in the solar system, and its north pole points at the sun at all times, and that's why they're all so weird. The next one is Neptune. Neptune has to do with spirituality, and there's a component to it is also escapism, but it's basically spirituality. 165-year orbit. We don't know what it's like in each sign because in a lifetime we rarely see it all in one sign, and it is associated with Pisces. The symbol for it is Poseidon's little trident. Finally, we come to Pluto. Whether Pluto is a planet, a dwarf planet, an asteroid, or just a point in the sky, ask somebody who's felt the effect of Pluto, and they will tell you that it is real. Pluto is an active agent of change. It's 248-year orbit, more or less. We didn't actually see it until 1930, and it is associated with Scorpio. The symbol for Pluto, Percival Lowell was not the guy who saw it, was the guy who predicted it, and his initials, PL, some people use that as a symbol for Pluto. I prefer the chalice of fate, which is, or the cup of fate. And I prefer using that symbol because I think it's a little bit neater. That's what I feel about Pluto, but I'm one of the Plutonian people. All right, let's go through this again. Aries is associated with Mars. Taurus is associated with Venus. Gemini is associated with Mercury. Cancer is associated with the Moon. The Leo is associated with the Sun. Virgo is associated with Mercury. Libra is associated with Venus. Scorpio, Mars, Pluto, your call. Sagittarius is associated with Jupiter. Capricorn is associated with Saturn. And Aquarius is associated with Uranus. And finally, we have Pisces with Neptune. If you want to tie all of this together, you can find out more about me at astrofish.net. And I have a class which is available online at barefootastrology.com. Thank you.